Hey squad, it's your girl Sandra Ellador.
What up squad, it's your boy Slim with the Brim.
We're back with another video. Number two. Thank you for everyone that loved our first coming out video.
I have to honestly answer, it took 7 years because we wanted to make sure that this was the right thing to do. Of course, naturally there was a little bit hesitant in terms of, hey, do we want to go through this again? And my part as a husband, seeing my wife vulnerable, seeing my wife in that state of, you know, the medications and the episodes of running back and forth to the ER, that battered me. I mean, that beat me up a lot, and I was not comfortable until now to say, not that I want to see her in that state again, but to say, hey, I'm stronger, and I'm stronger now. So if I'm stronger, then that means I can be stronger for you. Why did it take 7 years for you to say,
well,
be ready?
For me, well, the backstory is during, like, immediately after we did our first cycle, well, not immediately, about 12 weeks into pregnancy, I found out I had placenta previa. On my birthday, I had to make a trip to the hospital, and I was told I had placenta previa. And what placenta previa is, basically your placenta is supposed to be above the baby. So baby's coming from your uterus and placenta is on top. Well, for me, it was the other way around. So the exit point where baby would come out, my placenta was sitting in that exit point. So it becomes dangerous if I had to go into labor that I am basically giving birth to the placenta, which is basically a mass of blood. So they'll be worried that I would bleed out. Because of this new round that we're about to do, what is the likelihood of this happening again? Yes, it may happen again, but I had the textbook worst case scenario with my placenta previa. Not many people bleed. I was bleeding constantly. Constantly. We would come home from the hospital only to wake up the middle of the night to go back. And that was happening back and forth until my doctor said no more. And that last bleeding, well, the bleeding that led to us staying in the hospital was the scariest moment in my life.
That was pretty devastating.
It was, oh my gosh. I literally thought I was having a miscarriage because as I'm walking, you could literally see pools of blood coming down from me. So I was scared out my mind, So I was, how long? We spent almost 2.5 months in the hospital. End up having our son prematurely, 29 weeks. But by the grace of God, he was great. He came out bigger than normal 29 weekers. He was 3 pounds 9 ounces.
Yeah.
Normally they're about a pound or so. So we were still blessed in the midst of the crazy cycle. My husband was there around the clock. He slept in the hospital. The night before our son was born, he needed a quick break, so he slept at home. I called him the next morning because I was actually having contractions. He made it from Miami to Jackson Memorial Hospital. How long is that, like the mileage-ish?
I mean, normally, I guess to a normal person, it probably takes through traffic and everything, maybe like 20 minutes, 25 minutes?
About 20, 25 minutes, if that. Maybe longer for me.
Yeah, because you know, that area itself is pretty congested, so.
Yes, and it was, a Thursday.
A Thursday afternoon, yeah.
Morning.
Yeah.
So, no, actually, no, I think it was an afternoon.
It was
he was born
afternoon.
at 7,
It was afternoon.
It was afternoon. So, high traffic, this is downtown Miami, and you made it there before the doctor that was like right there to my room. You were there like what, 3-5 minutes?
Right. I mean, it felt that way. But again, it's one of those things where you just, as a husband, you have to be there for your wife because no one else understands your wife. And husbands, if you're watching this, know that the doctor's gonna say something and you may not understand. You know, they might, like this whole thing about placenta previa. I never knew what it was, but then
I didn't either.
But then as we ask questions, you gotta ask these questions like, okay, can you put it in regular people term for me? And you have to speak up. You know, going through IVF is not easy. I got to the hospital really, really fast, understanding that, hey, if she called me and saying she's having contractions, yeah, I gotta go, because anything can happen.
Yeah. So during the contractions, every time I had a contraction, his heart rate, my son's heart rate would go down. So they brought me to labor and delivery, and they gave me medication to stop the contraction, which made me really jitter. Then they checked me. I completely forgot they was not supposed to check me. I didn't realize that till maybe a year or two after my son was born. And they checked me. I had another bleeding episode. And because I had so many, they said that's it. We gotta go. With emergency surgery, within 45 minutes, we had a son. We gave birth. Just like that. And my delivery, honey, was not good.
No, it's not pretty.
It was not pretty because my epidural for the C-section, epidural, did not work. It either stopped working or I don't know what happened. In the very beginning, I was numbed. They, do you feel this? Do you feel this? No. But the minute that they started pulling and tugging, and I was screaming bloody murder. I was screaming. When they pull our son out, my husband's like, hey, here's a picture. Look at him, look at him. I'm like, it's not helping. It's not helping, this hurts. So I think doing another cycle doesn't scare me, but having another C-section scared the living daylight out of me. Scared the living daylight out of me because I felt everything. Every cut, tug, sewn, pull, I felt it all. So they gave me another dose of epidural. It started kicking in, of course, after they were done, of course.
Yeah.
So because of that, I stayed 24 hours in recovery. So he got a chance to see our son. I didn't see him until the next day. So that's the reason why, to be honest, that I fully understand my husband's hesitation when it comes to having another child. I was ready. I was like, okay, 2-3 years, let's do another one. But I had to make sure that we both were in sync. I had to wait, and I prayed. Don't push, of course, don't push, but a conversation still needs to be had.
Yeah.
A conversation, letting one know this is my point of view. Why am I not ready? Why I'm ready? Why? Because you need to understand the other partner's point of view. I understood my husband's reasons, and he had valid reasons, because I passed out during my pregnancy in the middle of the hospital. So he had to see his wife, eyes roll back, passed out with our unborn child. So I fully understand his reservations, but so I had to give him time. If it was at a point that he's like, no, we just can't do it, then we'll either look at other options, adoption, or just be satisfied with where we are. So being in one accord is so much, so important, because this is IVF, it's a beast. IVF, going through the process, it will break you. You have to take so much out of you, from the medication, the prepping with the vitamins and the multiple shots you have to give yourself a day, to the what is it called? I think the booster shot, the shot that your husband or my husband had to give me. Fun, huh? To the dates, cycle dates, when you ovulating, when you're not, to retrieval, it's transfer. It's so much. And then there's the wait, the long wait of finding out, did this take? You are excited to hear, but at the same time, you're scared as hell to hear it didn't happen.
Right.
Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. Basically, we paid our children college before they were even here. Like, we paid their college tuition before. So it's a lot. So to be in different stages with your husband, to not be on one accord, and go through all of that, I would not recommend it. I
Absolutely.
would not recommend it. Make sure you are good. If you have to go to counseling, make sure you are good
Prior to even talking about it.
before you decide to take this step, because it's a lot. And once you actually get pregnant, pregnancy itself is a journey.
Guys, listen, we don't know everything. Just like you in your marriage with your spouse, don't act like you know everything. Do not
Research.
act as if you know each other's minds or each other's bodies. Let each other, and in this process, right? Normally I would tell a married couple, hey, make sure you guys make the decision together. This is a process, although the final decision should be ours. But what's leading to the decision, I think individually, you guys need to be in peace with yourself first, right? And then if you're in peace with yourself and you're in a happy, healthy, godly marriage, then automatically your souls and your minds are going to start thinking alike, and you guys are going to want to do it. But prior to that, husbands, make sure that you are there, whether it's you thinking financial, whether you thinking mentally, physically, whether you need to work spiritually, whatever it is, make sure that you work on yourself. Make sure that you are ready. Guys, talk in plain language. No subliminals. No, oh, I wonder if no. Babe, I want to have another child. Babe, no, I don't want to have another child. No, I don't want to have another child, period. I don't want to have another child right now. Be specifics about what you want your spouse to do and apply that to everything else in your relationship and in your life. Yeah. And I think you guys you'd do great.
Yeah, and although our experience was rough,
yeah,
it was rough. Looking back, I wouldn't change a thing.
Nothing.
I actually wouldn't, because that strengthened my relationship with God. It strengthened my marriage. It strengthened even me as a parent, because I don't take parenting lightly because of that experience we had to go through. So would we do it again? Hey, we're doing it again.
There it is.
We are. And yes, I don't want it to be the exact, but I wouldn't change a thing from the first, because of the blessing that I and we went through. And if it wasn't for that, we would not be speaking to you guys right now.
Absolutely.
We would not be speaking to you.
Absolutely.
Because that experience is leading us to be here today, to let you that's possibly going through it, that's thinking about doing it, or still in the, haven't decided.
Right.
Because of that, because of our experience, we are here talking to you about that right now. So I would not change a thing.
So most definitely keep on sharing. Keep on commenting. We need that. We are both super, super scared to put our lives on the lines, right? And we want you guys to continue. Please keep praying for us. Keep subscribing. Tell your friends about it.
Share
it doesn't matter
on your
social medias. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed for people to know, oh my God, I didn't know she was having. Listen, it is a gift from God. It is everything that happens in your life. You can either look at it as a negative thing, oh my God, that's a defect, or you can do as we did. It's a gift from God. And now to be able to walk through this is a blessing. We're unique. I look at it as a blessing. I don't look at it as you have a defect, oh my God, we can't do this, because at the end of the day, you don't have anything wrong with you. You have everything right with you, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm the woman for the job.
Yeah.
I'm the woman for the job.
You are enough. You are wonderful, guys. We love you guys. Hey, please keep it going. We love it. We want all the smoke, And I've been oh, by the way, before we end, I've been practicing my whole thing, right? Because I'm not with the hey squad. You see that? That's not gonna work. So I need you guys to comment and tell me, because I got the what's up squad? What it do? I'm a Miami boy. So tell me, guys, give me some feedback. How should I, address you guys? Do you like the, hey, what's up, squad? Do you like that? Do you like what it do? What's happening? Whatever. Let me know.
So let him figure it out.
I'm trying.
In the meantime, we love you guys. We appreciate you. Keep your head up. Stay encouraged. And we're going to do many more videos. And we hope that it seeks deep down into you. Because we're not God. We're not trying to be God. We're just trying to be a representation of who He is for you. So until the next video, hey squad!
What it do? Peace.